It's Tuesday again, and that means vendor reset day. So let's see what they sell us, shall we? Are you ready? Let's go! What up YouTube? Welcome to another Division 2 video. Thanks for clicking my content, really appreciate you joining me. If you like my content and want to help the channel out, don't forget to smash that like button. And today, Tuesday, vendor reset day of course. Let's see what the White House sells us. First thing is the pristine example, of course, the named Araldi vest with perfect focus on there. And it could be better in my opinion. The weapon damage is too low, only 8.4%. And I'm not loving that hazard protection on there. 9.9% critical hit damage could be nice, but still the 8.4% weapon damage you don't want on there. Converted SMG, just leave it here, just like the military P416 maxed out accuracy, but the rest is just trash. Military M9 pistol, don't buy it. Backpack from 511, you know the drill, I'm not loving 511. There are a lot of other brand sets just like this one, the Richter and Kaiser, that are not used that much or not used at all. Just like this vest, it isn't great to buy. Over to the mods, 10.1% critical hit damage, 8.6% health for your drone, 5.9% duration for your turret, and 6.4% duration for your sticky launcher. But let's head over to the clan and see what they sell us. And there we are at the clan vendor. The first thing we can pick up is the Mozambique special, the named pistol with maxed out optimal range, and of course the perfect breadbasket on there. If you like it, you can pick it up, but in my opinion just leave it here. Pistol damage is too low and you do not want that optimal range on there if you want to go for a handgun. Then over to the Eclipse protocol, craft this guys, never buy it, just like the hardwired. Craft it, never buy it, it's way too expensive, crafting is way easier and you will always have a god roll because you're rocking a skill tier. Over to the Negotiator's Dilemma vest, not great if you ask me. I'm not loving the repair skills and the weapon damage too low to roll the repair skills. Over to the Black Market RPK, could be a bit better as well. Eyeless on there, the LMG damage is decent. Then you have the 7% damage you target out of cover, but I'm not loving a headshot damage on an LMG. Of course, if you want to go for this combination with eyeless, then roll the headshot damage to armor, for example. M1911 pistol, go for the open world. Classic M44, not great if you ask me. I'm not loving First Blood on there. If you like these rolls for the core attributes, for example, then you can pick it up and roll First Blood away, but in my opinion, do not pick it up. KSG shotgun with some health damage, but again that ranger on there. You want something close and personal, for example. So in my opinion you need to roll the talent and then the rest is just too low. 10.9% shotgun damage is not what you want to work with. MG5, this is the one, could be nice. Reformation, but then still you need to do some headshots with an LMG. It's not that hard, but still a little bit harder than a rifle, MMR or even an AR. Because these are pretty decent rolls, so you could go for another talent because it already has a health damage on there and the rest of the rolls are pretty decent. But still, the infantry MG5 will give you 4 attachments and this will only give you 3, so think about that before you buy. Over to the backpack from Bellstone, energize on there, some skill damage, 130k armor and some health. I'm not loving the combination of this. The 130k health is decent, but you do not want that skill damage, energize or health on there in my opinion. Over to the China Light Gloves, 18.2% repair skills, that could be nice to keep yourself alive, and then roll the explosive resistance away for some skill damage, for example. Over to the mods, 8.9% burn resistance, 10.7% critical hit damage, this is a pretty decent one to buy, and 1 extra sniper ammo for of course your turret, and at last a 6.3% heal for your cam launcher. But that's it for the clan, let's head over to the campus. And there we are at the campus. First thing is the scalpel, of course the new named 308 with future perfection on there. But the rest isn't that great, just leave it here guys. M700 carbon, same, not great if you ask me. The Negav, same, leave it here. Mask from Henu, this could be a nice buy. 8.5% skill damage, and then roll the critical hit chance to that max cap, or even go for some critical hit damage. Whatever you think is necessary for example, a crit skill build. This can be a very nice addition to that build. Over to the holster from Providence. And it's not great. 6.1% explosive resistance and 7.8% headshot damage. I would love to see something else for the explosive resistance, so we can roll the weapon damage a little bit higher, or even trade the headshot damage. Over to the mods, 8.3% skill duration, 13.1% in share health for your cam launcher, 4.1% duration for your hive, 6.2% cone size for your pulse, and at last the 4.1% duration for your shock traps. But let's head over to our next vendor. And there we are at the theater guys. The first thing we can pick up is the Baker's Dozen, of course the named M1A with perfect lucky shot on there. But the rest isn't that good. Health damage could be nice, but then the critical hit damage and or rifle damage are way too low to buy. M870, not great for a shotgun, look at that 5.4% shotgun damage. No thank you. Another classic M1A, just a normal one with reformation on there, but not great in rolls as well. Stability and 11.3% rifle is too low to buy in my opinion. Golan with almost 140k armor, but then status effect and some explosive resistance on there. I don't know if you want to do it for the status effect, for example. If you want to only do it for the status effect, this could be a very nice buy, and then roll the explosive resistance away for whatever you think is necessary. Over to the China Light knees, 8.5% status effect, and you need the 3-piece to get another status effect with it. So in my opinion, this isn't a great buy. Over to the mods, 8.3% shock resistance, 4.9% skill haste for your mine, 4.1% deflector damage for your shield, 8.3% speed for your Firefly, pretty decent, and then of course we will have our decoy with the 6% duration. But let's head over to the DZs and see what they sell us this week. And there we are guys at DZ East, our first DZ, and right off the bat we can pick up the claws out. Again, we can god roll it however you like. The only thing you need to change are the repair skills. The melee damage of 500% and the 9% pistol damage will always be on there. These are the special attributes of the claws out and can only be found in the Dark Zone. So if you're still looking for this, definitely pick it up. SR1, no thank you, especially not for the 101 DZ cred. Same for the military M60. Could be nice in sync already on there, but in my opinion, the rolls are too low to buy. Over to the Aces of 8s with a 10.8% weapon damage and 7.9% headshot. The headshot could be nice if you're rocking, of course, that MMR. Then roll the weapon damage to that max cap if you're still looking for this. Over to the ongoing directive. Just leave it here, skill haste on there and too low of a weapon damage. Mask of Empress International with status effect on there and weapon handling. You do not want to see these attributes on an Empress International. Over to my favorite brand set, the 511, with health and weapon handling. No freaking thank you. Over to the mods, and you know my opinion about the mods in the DZ guys. Way too expensive to buy. Just go for the open world or even go for the summit. Let's head over to our next DZ. And there we are guys, DZ South. The first thing we can pick up is the Rail Splitter, or yeah, the first thing we can leave here. Of course, this is a nice named CTAR with the perfectly accurate on there, but the rest is just trash guys. Please do not pick it up. Over to the MP5N, same, just leave it here. Military G36, no thank you. A handgun with the Magnum could be nice, maybe with the damage to target out of cover, but then you need to go with some bleeding status effect. So yeah, it's a pistol, just go for the open world. Over to the backpack of tip of the spear with only 8.9% weapon damage on there. Almost 4.2k armor regeneration, that could be nice if you're looking at on a tip of the spear, but in my opinion, no thank you. Hunter's Fury with 3.7k armor regeneration and 10.2% weapon damage on the chest, way too low to buy. Backpack from Guard with the hazard protection, explosive resistance and 134k armor. And with Safeguard. Safeguard could maybe be something if you will always be at full armor and then roll that explosive resistance away for something that you think you need on this build. Over to the Bellstone with the 120k armor, 8.4% hazard and 4.4% critical hit chance, but then explosive delivery on there. I'm not loving explosive delivery. The rest of the setup is pretty decent, but still you need to roll that talent away in my opinion, and then the armor is too low. The rest is decent, but the armor will be too low for a build to make it, in my opinion. And of course, over to the mods, and you know my opinion, just leave them here guys. Open world, summit, whatever, even buy them in the open world vendors. Let's head over to our last DZ. And there we are guys, our last DZ, DZ West. Everlasting Glaze is the first thing we can pick up, but it's not a great roll if you ask me. 12.9% rifle and 13% critical hit damage. Could be decent. The damage to target out of cover is nice, only 6%. In my opinion, raise that and you have a decent gun, but still, I won't spend a 152 DZ creds on this weapon. Over to the military M870, of course, the shotgun with the maxed out damage to target out of cover. Strain on there could be nice, but the rest is just way too low. And then again an M1A, but again not great. Fast hands on there, fire rate and only 11.7% rifle damage. Please do not pick this up. Then we got the tip of the spear glass with 10.4% weapon damage and 15.8% repair skills. Trash as well. We got an hardwired, always craft this guys, never buy it. My favorite brand set 511 with that high 80k armor on there. No thank you. And not even with the combination of 9.1% status effect and 4.3k armor regeneration, I will still leave it here. Over to the Wyvern knee pads with a 4.6% critical hit chance and 8.2% status effect. Could be something. You can roll the status effect away for some skill damage, then you can use this for example for your skill crit build, because the 4.6% critical hit chance is decent, but you need to think about that 101 DZ creds if you want to spend it. And then over to the mods, and you know my opinion guys, just leave them here. Do not buy him, farm in the open world, but let's head over to New York. And there we are, first vendor of New York. First thing we can buy is the Police M4, but ignited, magazine size and only 7.6% assault rifle damage. No thank you. M700 carbon could be a little bit better, but only with 11% marksman rifle on there. Optimist could be nice, but I would love to see some other talent on there. It's still decent, so if you want to pick this up, roll that marksman rifle to that max cap, you have a decent M700. Over to the ACR SS, not great if you ask me. Magazine size, preservation on there, and the rifle is only 11%. 93R handgun, go for the open world. 511, no thank you. Mad bomber on there, some headshot damage and only 150k armor. Over to the Seska knee pads with skill damage and repair skills that you do not wanna see on this brand set, or not in my opinion. Maybe you wanna go for the skill damage, then roll the repair skills away for something else, but still skill damage is too low to buy in my opinion. Over to the Petrov mask with 8.2% hazard protection, 3.7k armor regeneration, but only 10.2% weapon damage. And I'm not loving the hazard protection on there, and armor regeneration too low. Over to the mods, 10.2% skill haste, 11% protection from elites, 2 extra bombs for your drone, 6.3% cone size for your pulse, and of course the 6% health for our decoy. But let's head over to our last vendor of today. And there we are at our last vendor. The MP5N is the first thing we can pick up. Close and personal on there, that is very nice. 5% damage to armor, so that's a pretty nice one as well. But only 5.9% SMG damage. But if you want to pick this up, roll that SMG damage to that max cap. You have a pretty decent MP5N, guys. This is a must buy almost, if you want to roll that SMG damage to that max cap, of course. Paratrooper SVD could be nice as well. I'm not loving Vindictive on there, and the 9.5% marksman rifle is too low in my opinion. Black Market SASG, shotgun damage, nice one, 14.2%. Optimist on there, but then you have accuracy and damage to armor a little bit too low. Would love to see it a little bit higher. I'm not buying this. First wave, handgun, maxed out swap speed, but yeah, that's it. Over to the Petrov Vest with 6.4% headshot, 9.4% hazard protection, but then tamper proof on there. And I would love to see the weapon damage a little bit higher, or even the headshot damage higher, because you want to change that talent. Over to the Alps, health and explosive resistance, hell no. Over to the mask from Sokolov, could be nice, but still, looking at that 9.2% weapon damage, no, screw this rainbow roll. And over to the last mods of this week, 8.4% skill duration, 16.1% repair skills. Then we got the 4.8% skill haste for your mine, 6.1% skill haste for your cam launcher, and the 6% duration for your decoy. But yeah guys, that's pretty much it for today. This is the vendor reset of Tuesday. Of course, tomorrow I will close the vendor reset of this week with Cassie Mendoza. But for today, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to smash that like button and hit that subscribers button. And of course a notification bell. PurePrime out.